Tour guide? I'm the best in my social studies class. I know Rizal Park like back of my hand.
Really? Prove it.
Yes, Rizal Park is the old bagong bahay.
Bagong mama. Are you sure?
Yes, according to my readings. Let's go. Did you know that guy? That's Jose Rizal. He was killed in 1521 by Ferdinand Magellan.
Wait, what? I thought Lapu-Lapu killed Magellan.
Oh no, that's not true. That's an urban legend.
Didn't you say Magellan killed Rizal? Look, I told you, he was shot.
No, that's not Jose Rizal. That's Andres Bonifacio. He was also killed here.
He looks awfully like the guy in Why One Peso Coin.
Maybe that was fake. Believe me, I studied this.
Philippines Uncut. I'm Buddy Cunanan. Tonight's topic is the good news, social entrepreneurship in the Philippines. Now, joining us still are Freddie Tinga, Rose Cabrera, and Pikipo. Rose, that video is actually from your Mabuhay Rest Stop, which we're going to talk about in a few minutes. But what was that video all about? It's a teaser, but I understand it's part of a longer video.
Yes, well,
that you rolled out.
this Mabuhay Rest Stop is a social tourism enterprise, and really we want to, it's in Rizal Park, but the idea is to showcase the best of the Philippines and the beauty of the Filipinos. So we have not just through our food, but also through our tours, merchandise, our shows, and artwork, visual arts. So we have all that in one place.
Very good, very good. Now, let's pick up where we left off earlier, and you were mentioning the many achievements that you guys have done.
Attempts.
In just a few years, relatively.
No, 5 years.
5 years, so, it's a few years. Now, tell me how far you've come since then. You were mentioning that you started making bags initially.
Yeah, we started with what the community really had, with little things, but then you had you combine low skill with low design, and you end up with low value. So now we have gone towards really training, so to bring the skill to a certain level, and then bringing in high design by engaging the best in the country, best architects, interior designers, artists who all volunteer for us. Yeah, from everywhere. Yeah, really pro bono. Oh yes, very pro bono.
Okay.
Matching
Abonado
our pro bono.
pa.
Abonado.
Abonado pa.
It's not enough to be pro bono here. You have to be abonado. According to them, they're matching our pro bono-ness. But anyway, it has really brought, like, a classic example would be your little cotton rags that sewn like that, sold as trapo, is 10 pesos. Then you would like try to challenge the community. Let's make something different, and they'll make it bigger. And it becomes a doormat of 35 pesos. But then you bring in Ivy Almario and Milo Naval and Ed Calma, who all contributed designs, and it becomes a 60,000 peso chair, unlocking such big value for the community, allowing us to pay the workers better, allowing us to fund community needs, whether it's paying for the teacher in the little school that they have, or building a multi-purpose hall, or funding more training. So that's how we're right now bringing in really high design to be consistent with our mantra as the best for the least. Nothing of the, because it's for that market, it's okay.
Are you guys making money? Because for this to be a going concern, you've got to you've got to be in the black, right? To fund things, to even your overhead, I assume, and all that.
Our 50 little enterprises are all in various stages of development. We have some that are already really sustainable. They're already in Manila Fame and Sitem, have hotel clients. That's fine. We handhold them for about 2 to 3 years, and if there's a committed social entrepreneur working with us, that flies. There are communities without that kind of matching, and we're still working with them. We will never leave them behind, but they're not yet where we need them to be, or we would like them to be, or plan them to be.
And that's why we're really at this stage where our vision is to build Filipino global brands that do not leave the poor behind. And that's why we've been looking for scalable enterprises. And this year, we really made a conscious thrust to focus on 4 major thrusts to build those enterprises, because we believe that by making them models, we'll really be able to show that, yeah, you can make money and do good and do well. So, like this one of them is COMET, the Get, and then we have our Mabuhay Rest Stop, our Click Eskwela, which is our education enterprise, and Assam, which is our new, it's really the umbrella brand for the designer enterprise.
Let's talk about COMET now. Okay, how does your group now tie in with Freddie's group? I mean, like, are you investors in Get, or I mean, how does this now translate to fulfilling your objectives, ladies?
For now, if I may say, this is the same model with Geekonomics. We invest from personal funds, but the
Your own,
income...
AKA your own pocket.
Yes, but the income goes to Geekonomics.
Wow.
And,
Wait, so just so it's clear.
Serious.
No, really. So you invest from your own pockets, and then the income and the profit,
Yeah.
if there are profits, go to Geekonomics.
At the start, but in the end, I mean, it has to be sustainable, and we want to encourage other people to join.
I don't know whether to kiss you or to saint you.
No. We don't, not everybody. I mean, it turns off some people, it makes people, it has brought in a lot of great volunteers, because Geekonomics is the non-profit itself right now, with profitable enterprises. It's really funded. I mean, at the start, honest, we have to be really honest. It's us. It's called Padugo. I mean, it's us. But then there are so many kind people in the world. You would not believe it. And when they see what you're trying to do, they trust you. We have the trust, we have the integrity, and you know, they help us roll things
like, for
out. But
example, the
now,
Mabuhay Rest Stop.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm not making money yet, but because of the, I guess, people, a lot of people also believe and support the work. So I have the likes of Ryan Cayabyab, Nestor Torre, JC Buendia. You know, they're Rick Gandap.
There are
I couldn't,
shows every now
I
and then,
couldn't
Mabuhay Rest
otherwise
Stop.
afford their services.
And they do it out of the goodness of their heart.
Yeah, they've been helping.
It's
So that's the
infectious when
kind
you
of
see people, when people see people doing something for the greater good and not,
Yes.
you know, out for a profit for themselves, and it really, you know, it's
and
inspiring.
that's what we do with all our other enterprises. Like we recently just had the BNG, which is our competition, to be the next economist.
Yeah.
So we had 5 startup enterprises, and they're trying to, you know, to jump off, you know, with their different products. So we're facilitating their engagement with not just the communities, but also our partners.
Would you say this engagement with COMET is the most ambitious project
Oh,
you
yes.
have
yes.
on
yes.
Yes.
on the table?
Well, we've been trying to get their uniforms ordered.
Yeah.
on the small scale, and on
That's
the
how
big
it
scale.
started.
We will.
Even get
Yeah, we will. We're getting it from Geekonomics. Yeah.
Let's talk about COMET, Freddie. What is your long-term plan for COMET? Where do you want this to go? You want this to replace the Jeep? Or
We want this to be the world's largest fleet-managed mass transportation system. That's what we want. No. So you're going to see this in Lima, Peru, in Mexico, in
India.
Sao Paulo, in India. Yeah, that's the idea. Just this week we had prospective partners come in from Indonesia and from China. The fellow who is part of the China project is based in Oregon. He's also bringing in a group from Brazil in about 2 or 3 weeks. So it's all these elements, when you tie them up together, you have people doing the technology, green vehicle technology in the U.S., but you know, more of the world looks like Manila than it looks like Portland, Oregon. That's their point. No? So they, you know, a lot of the stuff they have there is great. The application, we think, is better for this part of the world. no?
Sure. Now, I think we have a video. We have a video about the COMET, which we got from your website, I think. Or
Okay.
and, can we play it? Yeah.
Friendly mobility solutions to improve lives and ensure a sustainable world. This was the realization of American company Pangea, an electric vehicle manufacturer based in Vancouver, USA. Pangea was inspired to establish global electric transportation with a vision to create massive social and environmental change.
So when GET was formed, and it was formed by a group within the United States and within the Philippines. And the Philippines is such a great place to showcase what we want to do because of the population, because we have a city with 14 million, because we have a city that is crammed with traffic. So GET was put together to answer that, to provide that solution.
GET's first challenge is Metro Manila, Philippines, second to Mumbai, India in traffic congestion. The jeepney is king of the road, carrying 40% of people in transit and providing the most affordable means of transportation to the public. GET's solution is the COMET, or City Optimized Managed Electric Transport. an energy-efficient, zero-emission e-vehicle that is fit for inner-city roads.
We want to give the city back to the people. So what I'm going to get is based on three strong angles. One of them is technology. We're going to take the technology, not only in electric car, but in IT, and that's going to form one leg of our company. We're going to take the IT system to manage how transportation moves about our cities, how we can take cars off the road, let them stay, how we can maximize the efficiency of the vehicles, how we can get that back. And the third leg, that I actually believe is the most important, we're going to take those drivers and those passengers and make a better world for them.
GET has designed its business model to ensure that drivers have a better quality of life through values education, technical skills training, and sufficient income plus benefits. Commuters now have a safe, comfortable, and efficient mode of transportation that drastically improves their daily lives.
Very nice video, Freddie. Let's talk about this COMET. Obviously, it's an electric vehicle. It doesn't run on fossil fuels.
Yeah.
How advanced is this technology? Because, you know, for the longest time, people have been talking, I mean, it's been the pipe dream. It's been an electric car, you know, but people have been talking about, but how practical is it?
And you know, we actually started playing around with this in Taguig with our e-trikes. You see them in Fort Bonifacio. And I think even ADB, if you ask them, they looked at that as a pilot for their e-trike project. The problem is we were using technology a few years ago that was lead-acid batteries and all that. The breaks in battery, the innovations in battery technology, where your lithium-ion battery from your computer, your cell phone is now being used for electric vehicles, didn't come until later on. So we're at the cusp of making electric vehicles affordable, as long as you find the right use. If you're going to build a high-speed highway vehicle, you're going to end up with Tesla. Very expensive, not really useful for us. But if you're just talking jeepney routes, you know, maybe you're running 100, 120K a day, maximum speed mo is 12 kilometers an hour, that's not too bad. Our vehicle goes 60 kilometers per hour. You got an 80-kilometer range on a single charge at night. And since the routes are fairly short, you do opportunity charges in between runs. The other thing that's making this all exciting for us is while we do have probably a 50% margin on electricity versus diesel, so we are cheaper to operate by 50% compared to diesel. Wow. Yeah. But then the vehicle's more expensive. Yeah. But we've been able to pass it to the owners and operators for a much cheaper price because we manage the whole fleet. So we get it back from the management. And you saw the tap-in, tap-out system. Yep. We have a TV display on board. So I have analytics. I know how many people are coming in at any given time. So when sponsors, advertisers use that media display, I can tell any sponsor that yesterday afternoon, at 2:30 p.m., 155,888 people saw your ad. 45% were women, 12% were students. So you're in the realm of what Google does and what, you know. So it's a very different model in the sense that I'm getting, I have media revenue on top of transport revenue, which makes it a very sustainable solution. The people at Microsoft, we were talking to them at one time, saw it and they said, oh, so transport's just the front. Well, actually, it's not. You know,
I have to agree. That's where the money
yeah, the money's yeah. So I get my margins on transport. I get my margins on media. And at the same time, the whole purpose is to give the driver a better job, to give the communities a better return.
Hold that till Freddie. Unfortunately, we have to cut for another break. But guys, don't go away because more of the COMET when Philippines Uncut returns. Video is actually from your Mabuhay Rest Stop, which we're going to talk about in a few minutes. But what was that video all about? It's a teaser, but I understand it's part of a longer video.
Yes, well,
that you rolled out.
This Mabuhay Rest Stop is a social tourism enterprise, and really we want to, it's in Rizal Park, but the idea is to showcase the best of the Philippines and the beauty of the Filipinos. So we have not just to our food, but also to our...
Tour guide, I'm the best in my social studies class. I know Rizal Park like back of my hand.
Really? Prove it.
Yes, Rizal Park is the old Bagong Bahay.
Bagong Bahay? Are you sure?
Yes. Yes, according to my read list. Let's go. Did you know that guy? That's Jose Rizal. He was killed in 1521 by Ferdinand Magellan.
Wait, what? I thought Lapu-Lapu killed Magellan.
Oh no, that's not true. That's an urban legend.
Didn't you say Magellan killed Rizal? Look, I told you, he was shot.
No, that's not Jose. Rizal, that's Andres Bonifacio. He was also killed here.
He looks awfully like the guy in Why One Peso Coin.
Maybe that was fake. Believe me, I studied this.
Philippines Uncut. I'm Buddy Kunanan. Tonight's topic is the good news, social entrepreneurship in the Philippines. Now, joining us still are Freddie, Tinga, Rose Cabrera, and Pikipo. Rose, that